Hello friends, this is our fourth lecture on 7 types of ambiguity by William Empson. Now, Empson and the new critics, as we have seen, they insist on close reading of the text. That is, for them, verbal icon. That is, the text is the icon. Iconic status of the text. So, it's because of this that they are trying to make or an approach, a scientific approach to criticism. I think now you know the background, since because we have been now doing new criticism for a very long period of time. Now today what you find is that before entering into 7 ambiguities, that is scientifically discovering the meaning or disentangling these ambiguities of literature, means poetry mainly, it is directed mainly to poetry. He says that there are 2 objections. Some people are objecting to this. The one is, there's a group of people who say that only pure sound is enough. No meaning. Meaning is not important here. As poetry is concerned, what is important is pure sound. Just by listening to it or just by reading it aloud, you can understand the poem. Why should you bother about all these ambiguities and then disentangling the ambiguities, trying to find the pure meaning and so on? There's no sense in that, they say. So they advance half a dozen points, arguments, in favor of them. First is that they say that lines are beautiful without reason. You need not know the reason. Means meaning. Reason here means meaning. Why should you bother about meaning at all? For example, 2 lines like this, miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. Anybody, the sound, it sounds very beautiful. Miles to go before I sleep. That sounds, that is. Understand that? What do you call the fricatives? That musical sound. Miles to go, nasals and nasal sounds and fricative sounds. Like this. And now that this is that, why do you bother about all this? Because after all, this is a kind of song. Sound is important. Meaning is not very. And don't give much importance to meaning. That's what they say. So poetry, lines in poetry, even strange things appear to be true. The mode of action of poetry is like that. For example, if you say, the morn in russet mantle clad walks over yon high eastern hill. Why should you go deep into all these things? Where is east, where is west, and all those things? What is this morning, what is evening, what is the difference between morning and evening, noon, and things like that. Even without that, easily, the morn in russet mantle clad walks over yon high eastern hill. Very beautiful. Isn't it? So strange things can become beautiful, and also very mode of action of poetry is such that it convinces you. That's all. Enough. That's what they say. That's point 1. Means lines are beautiful without any reason or even not knowing the meaning. First. Second is, says, the cult of pure sound existed from time immemorial. For example, there was a time when reciters used to readers used to read out Homer aloud and then ask children, what is the impression that you get out of? So, you can see, you remember your LKG days, UKG days, then what is it? Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Like this. Jack fell down, and these things, What happens is that even without, at that time, do you know who Jack is, what is falling? Fell. Oh, that is an irregular word, past tense. Why should you bother about it? Otherwise also, Jim came tumbling after. Tumbling. It's a big word, actually. So, but at that time, it becomes easy for you. You understand it. Without even referring in dictionary, tumbling. you get some idea, tumbling over. So, it's no point in going deep into the meaning and reason and all those things. That's what they say. The third one is that language is, after all, a self-explaining symbolism. Onomatopoeia, for example. In good old days, you remember when our great-grandparents, how were they communicating? By signs and so on. Or sounds first. Another interesting thing you can see, when you are learning a language, what do you learn first? Do you learn the skill of writing or speaking? Speaking comes automatically. The sound is important there also. Sound is important, that's what they are saying. You remember, you have got the origin of language theory. Theories on origin of language in history of English, in history of the language. When you begin, that the first lesson is the theories regarding origin of language. First theory, poo-poo theory, sound, poo-poo theory, ding-dong theory, gesture theory. Then you have got, you have bow-bow theory, then he-ho theory. So that all those things you can see begins with, or what are those people who are proposing these theories, they are saying that how humans started producing the first sound. If you know how they started producing the first sound, then it becomes easy, because other sounds automatically follow. If you know O, then after something A, then U, then E. So that means all the vowels. See? Then combination O, Ew, O. Then most probably there must be something like the P, T, K, like that. So you got the alphabets. Sounds of the alphabet. So sound is important, that's what this. Pure sound. There are people who support pure sound rather than meaning. Listen, origin of language is not told. Now another thing is that if you know a little bit of a language, you can easily find out the lyrical point of that poem. Little bit. If you suppose you don't know Latin at all, but if you know a little bit of Latin, see, then suppose you hear a line like this, Veni creator spiritus. You enjoy that sound. You don't know Latin, but you understand the lyrical point, that Gregorian chant. It's called Gregorian chant. La 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 la. You can see this, that is again. So there you are. So even without Greek also, any language, even if you don't know the whole thing. See, how do you enjoy Tamil songs? Those people who don't know Tamil, you enjoy Tamil songs. If you don't know, those people who don't know Hindi, they enjoy Hindi songs, isn't it? Like Jo Wada Kiya Ho Nibhana Padega, like that. Nani 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 nani. Got the point. So जो वादा किया वो निभा गया है, निभाना पड़े. Nibhana is a big word. As far as if those people who don't know Hindi, it's a big word. Vada karna means promise. We know that because we don't have Hindi. That suppose you don't know Hindi, even then you can enjoy it. That's the point. Understand that? See that? So like that, you have got many such things. Mera prema patra padkar. You don't know, even then you understand, it is something about the prem, love and all those things. You can understand the lyrical, you get the basic lyrical point. That's what they are saying. Understand? So, and the fifth point they say is that if you go too much into excavating and exploring the meanings of lines, you will destroy the poetry. See that? You will destroy the poem as such. See? Then what happens is, suppose you start a poem like this. Okay, we say like this, no? That is, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. Okay. Now you go on explaining that one and a half hours. You can do that. Like Bacon's Bacon's essay of studies serve for delight, for ornament, for religion, and so on. Suppose you go on explaining what happens after Sunday, you get bored of it. So there's no point in doing that, they say. You will destroy that point. That's what they say. Go on too much of inquiry into meaning will definitely spoil the experience and the enjoyment of the lyric. That's what this. And the sixth point they say is that, see, what happens is that, if you need not bother about the resultant meaning. There is two kinds of meaning they say. One is resultant meaning, the other is meaning in combination, and the other is isolated meaning. Words in isolation, meaning in isolation. For example, a phrase like this: fraud to be fraud, frank to be fraud, suppose. Or simple example is another thing is that you have got found missing. Okay, found missing. You have got two words like this. Now the found missing has got when you write those two words together, it has got something different, some meaning different from that if you take in isolation. Found, find, found, missing. See, I missed a letter. I found a treasure. But that is not the meaning found missing. Got the point? So they say, those people who support the theories, sound theory, pure sound, theory of pure sound, they say, don't worry about this combination meaning that you get resultant meaning. What's important is if you know the words, the meaning of a word in isolation, and that is enough. That's what they say. So half a dozen points they argue. So they have got this. Their argument has got half a dozen points. First one I told you already. Lines are beautiful without knowing the meaning. Secondly, is there was a period. There was a time when people enjoyed the cult of or promoted the cult of sound alone. Homer, reading Homer, even reciting Shakespeare's soliloquy, means reading out Shakespeare's soliloquies now, even without knowing the meaning, you can enjoy that. Right? Yes. And then you have got third is language is self-explaining symbolism, and you have got origin of language, theories of origin of language, and the fourth is a little bit of knowledge of any language will do for enjoying the lyrical point, as I told you about Hindi songs and also Tamil songs or Malayalam songs. Even if you don't know the language, you can easily enjoy that music or the lyrical aspect of that work of art. And the fifth one we saw that is if you go too much into the meaning, then there is a possibility that you destroy the poem. And the sixth is that the resultant meaning is not important. The meaning of words in isolation, that's more than enough. Understand? That's all. But to this, Empson says that the belief in pure sound is like belief in crude materialism. Belief in pure sound is like belief in crude materialism. Belief in crude materialism will definitely, materialism alone, that will definitely put you in danger, that we know. Isn't it? Only materialism, that will be dangerous to the growth of human being and also culture. The second is that if no knowledge of language, then what will happen? Your pronunciation will go wrong. He said that if you have a little knowledge of language, that's enough. But suppose you don't know how to pronounce the language, the pronunciation will go wrong. That's the second point that he advances. And the third is that sound must be an echo of meaning. There's no doubt about it. Sound as such is not going to help you. Sound should be an echo of meaning. Sounds are valuable, he says. See, but the thing is that they make poetry intelligible also. They cause, so we can say, the connectives of meaning. when we have got sound, they suggest connections of meaning. That also we agree. But and also this can do a great way. You can say in a great sense. We can say it making poetry intelligible. Sounds definitely will help us to make poetry intelligible. No doubt about that. But that alone will not do this. So that's the point to note here is that sounds are important, and sounds will definitely help you to make the poem intelligible, because I know the way you are reciting a poem. See, for example, you say like this. What that line in the T.S. Eliot's poem is, see, when what are the roots that clutch? What branches grew out of this stony rubbish, son of man? You cannot say like that. Suppose you say that is a question, a rhetorical question. Suppose you say that the lines I just now quoted. What are the roots that grow? What branches grow? I just although I just quoted this, I just forget that. What are the roots that grow? Okay, take another line. Instead of that, you can take another line. That is, if you say like this, winter kept us warm, etc. Summer surprised us. I forgot those lines, although I quoted it just now, then it slipped. Okay, instead, let's take another one. So you can say, summer surprised us, coming over the Starnberger's with a shower of rain. If you read like that, summer surprised us, coming over the Starnberger's with a shower of rain. Summer surprised, monotony. But on the other hand, summer surprised us, coming over the Starnberger's with a shower of rain. He stopped in the colonnade and went down in sunlight into the half garden. See, sounds. Sounds, definitely. Summer surprised us. Listen, summer surprised us. See the difference. So, the reciting is important. Reciting, definitely, the sound has got effect on the intelligibility or understanding of the poem, no doubt about that. But the sound should echo meaning. That is what the Empson says. And then he goes on getting support from great giants like Dr. Johnson. Dr. Johnson, in his, he has got a theory called correspondence theory. In Rambler number 92, he speaks about correspondence. Correspondence means, as I told, just now we saw sound, correspondence between sound and meaning. That's the thing. He says, accommodation of this sound to the sense is very, very important. That is correspondence theory. Accommodation of the sound to the sense. That is very important. But at the same time, he says, it need not be just not a single mode, need not be a single mode of correspondence. It can be different. For example, the measure of time in pronouncing may vary. It's not that always you should pronounce poetry in such a way that you have to, your reading should reflect the sound. That timing can differ, that is what he says. Again, we will take the example of T.S. Eliot. It's easy, no? If you say like this, April is the coolest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead land, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with the spring rain. Now, instead of this is I was a bit fast. Suppose you say like, take some more time and then read it like this. April is the coolest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead lands, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with the spring rain. So what happens is that you feel a heaviness there. Isn't it? Some bulk is there. Some feeling of something huge in front of you. So, That's one way. Taking time. That's what Dr. Johnson says. Not that always it should be in the same way, but different meanings can be generated by different ways of reciting or reading the poem. Now the same thing you can see. The second section in game of chess, there's a cockney woman talking. Now I'm trying to, I will show you the difference. Now Albert's coming home. Now Albert's coming back. Make yourself a bit smart. Quick, you know. Now Albert's coming back, make yourself a bit smart. He'll want to know what you've done with the money he gave you. To get yourself some teeth. He did. I was there. He did. I was there. Now you cannot read these lines like April is the cruelest month. And also, you cannot read April is the cruelest month like these lines. That's what Dr. Johnson means when he says, same type of reading is not required. Reading can be, so the time measure, that's what he said. So what he says that the measure of time in pronouncing may vary, that's what he said. Now let us try the other way around. Suppose I said that, Albert's coming, Albert's coming home. Make yourself very smart. Like that. Suppose I said, April is the coolest month. Bring Lilas out of the bedtime. No, can you get the meaning? No. Can you? April is the coolest month. Bring Lilas out of that land. See? I'm missing memory and disaster. And Galrus with spring rain. So there you have to be slow and heavy. Movement is heavy. This is what Dr. Johnson says, how you can time the reading. What he says is that the time that you are using, so that the measure of time in pronouncing may vary. And the other way around, can you read? Now Albert's coming back. Make yourself be smart. Understand? He'll want to know what you done with that money he gave you to get yourself some teeth. He did. I was there. Senseless. Now you understand that. Isn't it? Yes. So, sound is important. Sound does help us to understand and at the same time make a poem more intelligible. But as the correspondence theory of Dr. Johnson says, the time measure of time that you take for pronouncing may vary, not always in the same. Understand? Both is one. April is the cruelest month, reading lilacs out of the dead land, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with the spring rain. So you have to read it like that. You cannot read it, now Albert's coming back, make yourself a bit smart. You want to know what you've done with the money you gave you. See? And to get yourself some teeth, he did, I was there. That tone is different with it. I hope now it is clear. Okay. So we will continue this. We have got 2 or 3 more points and then we will continue in the next class. So the point that I was trying to present before you, what I tried to explain was, there are some people, Empson says, William Empson says, there are some people who say, no need of meaning at all. But Empson is for pure meaning, and that's why pure sound versus pure meaning. This sound is enough. They have got half a dozen reasons. Once again I will say, lines are beautiful without reason means meaning. Second is cult of reading. Cult of pure sound existed much. So from time immemorial, say nursery rhymes and Homer, reading Homer. Third is Language is self-explanatory symbolism, onomatopoeia, so to say. Origin of language theories you can mention. And the fourth is little bit of knowledge of languages, you can see the lyrical point. Hindi songs, Tamil songs, Malayalam songs, Punjabi songs, Marathi songs, all kinds of songs. Telugu songs, etc. Understand? And then fifth is that if you will, there's liability, there is a possibility that you will destroy the poem if you go after meaning. And finally, the sixth point is that resultant meaning is unimportant, but words in isolation, their meaning is important. To this answer by Empson is, belief in pure sound is like belief in crude materialism, then unsophisticated materialism. Materialism is, that is your dependence only on production and things like that. There are many other things also. That's one of the reasons why we criticize Marxist view of culture. You remember when you were doing culture research, according to Marx, what is the basis? Economics. And the culture is built upon that basis. That is superstructure. Based on superstructure theory of Marx, there is crude materialism. Yes. And then secondly, he says, if you don't know the pronunciation of language, you will go wrong. Therefore, the mean or the conclusion is that he says sound must be an echo of meaning. And this is what Dr. Johnson also says in Rambler number 92. And of course, Dr. Johnson says the time, the measure of time can be, in pronouncing, can vary. We have taken the examples of two passages from T.S. Eliot's poem, The Wasteland. First the opening 4 lines, and then the second one is we have seen. I humbly request you to go through that. Or you can listen to my recitation. I have recited these 434 lines after learning all the 434 lines by heart. I have recited, you will get it in YouTube, my videos. That's why I have written there on top of this, my video channel. You can subscribe and you get many videos, whichever you want to say on criticism, cultural studies, post-colonial studies, a lot of things you will get, grammar and transformational generating grammar, anything what you want you will get. I don't say that much, but that's an acceleration. Okay, for the time being, bye. See you again. We'll continue this. Few more points to make on this that we will do tomorrow. It will be too lengthy and you will get bored. I think that already now you are enjoying. But if I go further, sometimes you will get bored. And so I stop here. Bye. I'll see you again. Next time we will have a wonderful time completing this part of the argument. Till then, bye.